Hello, everybody. Pajucha here, and welcome back to the Cathedral of Velvet podcast. Yes. Oh man. Not gonna lie, 2 weeks feels like a short time between episodes, but oh my god, like a lot of things has happened during like this 2 weeks. I mean, like none. Well, me personally, it happens live to me, but in terms of news stories, there's it hasn't been really a lot, but how are you guys doing? How's everyone doing out there? Really hope you guys are doing well. But oh man, I've been doing some stuff recently, so if guys are not part of the main channel, please check out the main channel. But I've been just trying to kind of finish up editing the kind of last remaining episodes of the Let's Play that's currently on Portable right now. But yeah, that's I'm just trying to have a huge video backlog. Just like, okay, now that I have all of them done, I can just like schedule them, whenever I'm done. So yeah, that's kind of been what's been going on the main channel. And also Tears of the Kingdom came out, and I've just been playing this like non-stop. Like I'm not that big of a Zelda fan. Like the games I played, or Ocarina of Time 3D, Four Swords Adventures, 25th Anniversary Edition or 20th Anniversary Edition. One of those two that was on like I think it was both on the DSi and on the 3DS. I think they were given out for free. I think, and Breath of the Wild. So yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. I think I'm. Let me just pull up on my 3DS to see how long I've been playing this since launch. Well, it only says, oh, first played 4 days, but doesn't really say how long I've been actually playing. But yeah, it is. So far, it's a pretty fun game. I'm noticing the improvements from the original Breath of the Wild, but again, this is open world games are not really my thing. But I it's very few Zelda games I actually Zelda games and open world games I play. They really have to like get me to like actually play them. Like Yakuza, for example, like it's not really open world, but more like an open area. Like so, like that kind of got me, a little bit more interested. So it's not like, oh hey, you can just go all around the world like that, and just like no, you're confined to like a town, a city, and yeah, it's big, but it's not as big as other open world games out there. So yeah, but like Tears of the Kingdom is really good. I'm not gonna like I haven't the what weapons durability is, it's still in there, but I've noticed that I feel like my physical weapons I haven't been really using, but like mainly my bow is like the one that's constantly breaking. So, and there's no like fusing with the bow, at least I haven't seen anything with that. But yeah, I think it's like pretty good so far. I was fortunate enough to get it like when it was at the 60 price tag on Amazon, so yeah, lucky me. But yeah, I think it's pretty good, and I think I've seen some photos saying that it's been sold out like at Target a couple of places. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to sold like over, I feel like over 3 million at this point. Like it's been about no, it came out Friday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days. I feel like it might have sold over 5 million at least. But yeah, besides that, work is just oh man, work is killer. Work is killer. There's been not to get too personal, but just like a lot of workers just, at least in my department, just calling out or just not uh, leaving early. So just leaving me to work by myself for like majority of my shifts, that is just absolutely horrible. I told one of the assistant managers, like I was he's like the newest assistant manager, so I was like kind of worried about telling him like the issues I've been having, so versus telling the other managers who's been here longer than him. So hopefully, this issue can get resolved, because it's just so annoying just having to work by yourself when it's like a 3-4 person job. So yeah. So I do hope work will get a bit better. I'm also kind of actively looking for other jobs as well. Kind of look for like a gaming or like anime related jobs. I really want to try to work there, but if nothing comes from that, I still have the steady job. It's actually my longest job out of any job I had since I was 18, basically. So yeah. So let's get right. This episode of the Cathedral Velvet podcast is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby is a clean energy drink that's made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or inks like other energy drinks. There's also no filters or artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins like B3, B6, C, amino acids, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby allows you to have faster reaction times paired with laser sharp focus. They have a variety of tubs, shakers, accessories to choose from. If you want to start winning more, they made this for you. Go to the first link in the description below and use code PowerJ at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's PowerJ at checkout to save 10% on your order. Thank you for Dubby for sponsoring this episode. Now back to the show. Right into the news. And as for news, there's haven't really been major stuff. Just minor things like for example, nothing has, well, at least nothing gaming related has came out, or like games related, since the SMP concert that happened. So yeah, that happened basically last week, or well, the week before. So yeah, they had some figures announced that was something, and some soundtrack, but yeah, that's not really that big, but it's happening. That's something. But something that is kind of S&T% late, but also not, is coming up in a couple of weeks, and as I'm gonna bring this up, from Jeff Keighley, and we got the Summer's Game Fest coming up in a couple of weeks, June 8th. I will try to stream, so I'll try to stream this, but what we have here is well, it's not gonna be shown everything, but yeah, we got all the people who's gonna be part of it. So we got Activision, Amazon Games, Annapurna, Bandai, Behavior, Capcom, Steve Project Red, Devolver, what is Digital Extremes, okay, Disney, EA, Epic, Focus Entertainment, Gearbox, Grinding Gear Games, yeah, then Hoyoverse, Kablam, Valerian, Level Infinite, Magic, yeah, which is like, Magic, what? Newiz, Netflix, Nexon, Niantic, North Beach, Paradox, Pearl Abyss, Phoenix Labs, PlayOn, PlayStation, Pocket Pair, Razer, Samsung Gaming Hub, Second Dinner, Sega, Smilegate, Square Enix, Steam, Techland, Tribeca, Ubisoft, Warner Bros., and Xbox. They'll all be part of Summer's Game Fest. So obviously, Sega is gonna be there. So we can make our predictions. And also, I want to talk about, what other things we might see from Summer's Games Fest. So, major thing. So, Sega. We might see our first glimpse of this Persona 3 remake here. Because, like with last year, that's where we saw our first look at, well, at least the English dub of Soul Hackers 2. So things might be a trend if it continues. If Sega just decides, hey, we're gonna show show off Persona 3 remake at this time. Now again, it's been a couple of years since, if that remake is true, that footage that we saw, or if you guys saw, I didn't really play, but if that footage that was shown from 2021, it's been about 2 years, so it looks pretty good from that little footage. It could be shown off here. It might. It also might not. So just like always take, like leaks, rumors with a grain of salt, because you don't want to get disappointed if it just so happens to be not true. So yeah. And anything else, Persona 6 could be revealed, I kind of doubt that, especially when I believe it was Gematsu saying, oh yeah, they've been in the works for a couple years but not ready to be shown off yet. So just keep that in mind, that it could be there but also could not. Just keep your expectations kind of low, so just that if it doesn't happen, you don't get mad, alright? But if it does happen, you can be as hype as you want, be excited as you want, because it actually happened, So just keep that expectations, in mind. But let's go over some other stuff that some of the games that might be more interested to me. So if you guys don't know, I'm also a major Game Arts fan. If you just look at the logo behind me, well, you guys can't actually see it, but up behind the head of my icon, it'll say KH with SMT at the bottom. So yeah, I'm a pretty big Kingdom Hearts fan, and also the Kingdom Hearts logos in the art there. So so with both Square Enix and Disney there, people are kind of speculating that we might see some more footage of Kingdom Hearts 4 there, and possibly Missing Link, because we haven't seen. Well, we last heard of Missing Link, I believe it was last year when they were giving out the closed beta for the game, but that was just in Japan. So we might get some more information and news about Kingdom Hearts Missing Link there. But it's also been more than a year since we last seen anything of Kingdom Hearts 4. So hopefully, with this we can see something more Kingdom Hearts 4, because with that leak, that Nvidia leak, that was what, like 2 years ago or something like that. I think it was 2 years ago, 2021. So like it said that it was rumored to be releasing 2024. I mean, that could be true. Actually, let me actually look this up, because I faintly remember like it was the Nvidia leak that was saying Kingdom Hearts 4 for 2024. I mean, that could be wrong, but Nvidia, Kingdom Hearts Nvidia leak. So let me just. I mean, because like a lot of things from that Nvidia leak did come true, and the games that were on that were released. So let me just see. Yeah, like it says here, Mortal Kombat 12 was on that list, but it turns out 12 is, or might be, Mortal Kombat 1, as the name is. So it is the 12th Mortal Kombat game, but it's called Mortal Kombat 1. So seeing came at so Kingdom Hearts 4 is, legit games, and other games that's been on that list is Death Stranding Director's Cut, God of War PC, which is true, Payday 3, that's real, Street Fighter 6, that's real, Uncharted Legacy Thieves on PC, that's true. So Hmm. So, just trying to find that date, and I'm reading this from a game rant. So, uh, if if you can show me, just the date. Oh, let me just search on Fate. 2024. No. Let me just try 2024 on Google. So, seeing on this, hmm. Uh, Reddit's not giving me some good stuff. Actually, no. From Gaming Revolution saying possible 2023 release. So September 30th, 2023. I doubt that's gonna be a thing. I doubt September is gonna happen, because if it was, then we would have seen some more trailers and whatnot. But this is a major but, and also just want to give credit to I saw that on GameRevolutions.com, so that's where I'm seeing that from. Uh, yeah, if that was true, that Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out, September 30th of this year, we would have seen much more footage, much more, because Square Enix and Tetsuya were like, yeah, we want to show that game off. So like, yeah, but also like thinking about like also Square Enix's schedule, because they have Final Fantasy 16 coming out next month, I believe. So that's in June. That's basically our summon game, and then Final Fantasy Remake Part 2. That's supposed to be coming out basically of winter coming up. Well, they say, winter 2024, but that also includes December of this year. So, like, it's really iffy just, figuring out what games are being released on what time, because I'm not a game developer. I don't know what, is best for, their business. But Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, they're kind of like two separate, they have their two separate audiences. The one who's purely Final Fantasy, and the one that's a really Kingdom Hearts. I do like my Final Fantasy. I do like some of my Final Fantasies. I do play them sometimes, but I'm more on the Kingdom Hearts side. I'm more on Kingdom Hearts. So if I do just hope that we can get more of a trailer coming up in at some of this Games Fest. Just fingers crossed. I'm not thinking I hope it's there, but I'm just cautiously optimistic. Just cautiously optimistic. I got like both my hands, fingers crossed. Just please, I want to see more info on Kingdom Hearts 4. Please, I want to see the worlds, the characters, how they look like, and if it's gonna be on only PS5, or is it just cross gen. Because we don't know, because they did say that Kingdom Hearts 4 is developed on Unreal Engine 5, but Unreal Engine 4, it's easy to like transfer over to Unreal Engine 5. So, I mean, we just don't know. It's possible that it's just next gen only. It's possible. So what else could we talk about? Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco, we might be seeing a sequel to Tales of Arise, because that was something that was copyrighted, I believe, last year. Because Tales of Arise was a really good game, not gonna lie. Tales of Arise was amazing. Like, I really love how it all went and whatnot. So it could happen. We could see that trailer coming up here. But where was that? Yeah, there was a Games Radar article that did say that there is no plans for a sequel, but that was always up in early 2022, but it was last year. Actually, actually the end of 2022 when there was a trademark called Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn, which was trademark in Europe, and this is being read on per square. So yeah, we had there no word since then, since that trademark was put out. That was all the way back in December 7th. Yeah, so that is been like 6 months since then. So hopefully, maybe we can see something about that in at Summer's Games Fest, because I mean that'd be pretty cool. It's been well over, it's been over a year since Rise came out. I think it came out 2021, right? I could have sworn that that's what it was, right? Yeah, September 2021. So 2 years since Rise release. It could be possible. It could be possible. It could be a sequel to it, but we don't know. We don't know. No other DLC has been released, after its last one. What, last year, I guess? Because I know there was a Sora Online DLC that was just like, oh wow, main characters are fighting Kirito and Asuna. So like, oh, okay, that's happening. So yeah, but if it happens, it happens. Capcom can do their own thing. I do kind of hope that we can see Devil May Cry 6 possibly, because it's been many years. It's Devil May Cry 5. I love Devil May Cry 5. And yeah, there was it came out in 2019. So 5 years ago. 5 years ago, we haven't, since Devil May Cry 5 came back, revitalized the franchise, but we haven't seen anything since. However, on the Resident Evil side, oh man, we had like a whole bunch of Resident Evil games. So we got Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 8. So 4 Resident Evil games within, within that time. So I do kind of hope that we can get Devil May Cry 6 possibly, because again, like it is, Devil May Cry 5 was a really great game. The action was amazing, the graphics was amazing, the characters are awesome. Like it was a very awesome game, and I'm glad hey, brought back Devil May Cry 5 after whatever that was with DMC. But if they can do that'd be great. But they're probably gonna talk about some Monster Hunter stuff, possibly. CD Projekt Red probably gonna talk about the Cyberpunk expansion that's supposed to be coming out, and maybe a little look at the Witcher remake, possibly. I doubt they got like much on hand with that. Hoyoverse, yeah, there was that one game that was shown off. I think it was last year, and I was like, "Ooh, this is a really interesting game. I kind of want to play that." I hope it is kind of a single player, like main game, not like a gacha game like Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. Just like its own game from start to finish. You can play that, and then you can be done. Like I do like my Genshin, I do, but it is if once you're if you're not actively playing it, you're gonna be like held back a lot, just like because there's so much content to play, and just like it at least for me, it's hard to catch up to it. Like I do like the characters and all that one stuff, but there's just like too much, and like it feels overwhelming to me to like actually trying to like play that. So EA, what does EA have? They recently just released Star Wars, so that was that. sports games possibly. There's that. Um, Level Infinite. I believe Level Infinite is that like Project Eve game also, but they also did Nikkei. Like, and Nikkei is a fucking fun game. I'm not gonna lie. Besides, all the hot big titty girls, thick thighs, buoy game. Like, the story is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. So, I'm not sure where we'll see, Nikkei, there, but if it does, hey, good, more eyes on it. um, Razer possibly talking about, hey, we got some new mouse pads, camera, and whatnot. I mean, it's Steam. I mean, I was about to say, oh yeah, Valve's gonna show some, but it's Steam, so it's just like, hey, games at Summer Games Fest, they have a demo available. You can play that then, and whatnot. They could. That's what they'll probably do. Ubisoft probably show off the new Assassin's Creed game for this year. Warner Bros. Yeah, that's most definitely where this is where Mortal Kombat 1. We're gonna see some footage there of Activision, Call of Duty, Devolver always has something outrageous like that. That's like one of the most like probably the best showings that out of these kind of like quote unquote E3-esque events. Fortunately, E3 isn't thing anymore, unfortunately, which I wish it was. But I mean, last year's was kind of disappointing. Like, I think like it was only like about like between like 3 to 5 games, and like for like an hour or so, either half an hour or an hour. But it felt lackluster in terms of like, oh, it was only for like these 5 games. Thought they would be a little bit more. So yeah, Annapurna like publishes like a whole bunch of weird games, like from actually I can't. Did Annapurna publish Edith Finch? I don't actually remember, but Gearbox could see Borderlands again, some more Borderlands possibly. Netflix, yeah, probably like, hey, we got games on our app, yeah. Niantic, Pokemon Go, but doubt it. I'm trying to keep away from Xbox and PlayStation, just to just see if like well, what could be what could come from this. But I know that like that this digital the Digital Extremes logo, it looks like a DeviantArt logo. Hold on, like I just want to see DeviantArt logo. Like it reminds me of like that. Just yeah, oh my god, like it's just a modified like DeviantArt logo. Like the old one is just like not the current one, but like the old one. Like it just reminds me that it looks like it's kind of like an upside down version of the DeviantArt logo. Like it's just like the slanted point of view. Like it just reminds me of that. Not gonna lie. I'm not sure if anyone else uses, but that's what I see. Samsung probably like, hey, we got a phone now, play a lot of these intensive mobile games, if you want to play on that. It will actually be hilarious if we just see another like trailer of of Suicide Squad at the Summer Games Fest, just like, oh hey, we got another trailer despite it's being delayed into next year. And wow, that game being delayed into next year is just absolutely hilarious. Just like how bad did it hit the the noise from the state of play that was shown like must have been so loud that they had to like delay it like into next year. like nearly a full year, like minus like 2 months. Like again, like I feel kind of bad that they had to delay that much, but then again, like they did some like whack stuff, like always online for a single player. No, why would you have single player be always online? Like no way, that is absolutely horrible. Now they can't really do much within like 9 10 months without like actually overhauling the game, because out an overhaul like that would take more than like just 10 months. Like, so people are expecting like they're removing the always online, but like I doubt they'll change like the actual like gameplay mechanics, because like with everyone, like all the characters just like doing like the guns are the main focus while their actual abilities are like the special. So I doubt that's gonna be changed all that much. Because yeah, just like if you have Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark all using guns as their main weapon, like it kind of feels a bit generic, like Deadshot, most understandably, obvious should be using guns, because he's Deadshot. He is known for having pinpoint, accurate, shooting. But and Harley is a close second, but she is very iconic with her hammer. At least the hammer. Captain Boomerang, the name is obvious, Captain Boomerang. So if he's not using a boomerang, like why is he using a gun? And then King Shark, he's the physical guy. He's the biggest one, and then just seeing him use a gun, just like that is very off. So just like the main weapon should be the thing that they're actually known for, not just all guns, and then their special attack is the thing that they're known for, So yeah, that's a really messed up kind of thing that's happened with the summer game, not Suicide Squad. But yeah, I was hoping this game would interest me, but when we saw the footage of that, it was like, nah, not for me. No, I don't like this. No. And I'm just turning on the fan here, just because talking for 30 minutes, yeah, it's gonna get a little hot. Yeah, but there could be other stuff that could be shown at Summer Games Fest. Anything at all. So any special events? Well, there's still some, people could still be announcing stuff outside of the main showcase here, because they could always do their Xbox is doing their own showcase that's going alongside with Starfield, I believe. So that's happening on the 8th. No, it's happening the upcoming Sunday after that. So I believe that is the 11th. Because yeah, the June 8th is on Thursday, and 9, 10. Yeah, that's Sunday. Because I actually tried to get time off so I can try to stream that, because I want to try to see what's the new thing that's coming up. So yeah, that, and I guess we could talk about the big two, and the big elephant in the room. Well, two elephants are green and blue. So PlayStation, Xbox. So with Xbox, they don't really have much. They really don't. I mean, at least as far as I know, just like Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think they have anything with like Halo. Like, cause like the whole mess with Halo Infinite is just like, it has just been horrible, and just like people were just not happy with how it turned out, especially like, like when first shown, then the delay, and then the content not being there. It was a wild mess for Halo Infinite. So it's just like, oh man, like how could they mess up this badly? Like, and this is like, like Xbox, what, like how many Xbox, I mean, how many Halo games came out for like Xbox One? Like I can only like what's it, just Halo 5 or like Halo 5 Guardians, something like that. And then like I remember like the 360 years, there was, I think, like for I think ODST, I think Halo 3. Like I feel like there was a bunch more Halo games coming out like during the 360 eras than like even in like in Xbox Series 1 and in the Series X now. So just let me just look up see the games that's been released from Xbox. Anniversary edition. Let me just see. See. No, not in chronological order. Just release order. Okay. Series release order. Okay, so found it. So we got Halo on virtual Xbox, 2 on the virtual Xbox, 3 on 360, Wars 360, ODSC 60, Reach on 360, Halo 4 360, Strike, Assault, Guardians was they just get the release on, okay, that's a pretty old article then. Okay, IGN. You know, I don't like the IGN, just like I'll see. Okay, nope, that is not the order. Okay. Anyways, yeah, feels like they don't really have much. I mean, I believe Forza is another Xbox Microsoft own series, so possibly, see another Forza Horizon game. Let me see. Anything that's just anything that's exclusive to Xbox or just like most known on Xbox. Ori, might see a new Ori game possibly. Maybe see Psychonauts, because I think the studio was bought up by by Microsoft possibly. Hellblade 2, that's also a thing. Fable, we could see another thing from that. But yeah, just not I don't really know much about Xbox. So I will gladly say that I don't know much about what's on the Xbox side, but I just hope they do better, because I think even Phil Spencer said like, yeah, like after the release of, I believe, Redfall, was just like, wow, Xbox is not really doing that well, and like despite him saying like, oh, we're not doing this like console war or something like that, we're just just trying to bring out the stuff. They got to put out the games so people can be interested in the consoles, because like it is a war, not gonna lie, because Sales matter, the numbers matter, as well as the games. Gotta have the games to sell the consoles. And if you're not having games, you're kind of out of it. Like, I mean, it's really wild that that despite that for the Switch, being out for so long, and it's like, I think it's like still still being like outsold by still continuing getting like more and more sales like over Xbox. Like, it is wild. Let me just see Xbox Series sales numbers. So as of January 2023, it sold 20.68 million units. So that's not bad. So they really gotta boost up their sales, because like, I mean, like, not gonna lie, even the COVID impacted the sales for a long while, as well as the people buying out and in bulk from hackers and whatnot. So there's also that. But yeah, Xbox really gotta do better. Okay, so last but not least, in terms of the game's supposed to be around Summer's Games Fest, PlayStation. Now, I believe it's either been rumored or leaked or whatever, but we're supposed to be getting a PlayStation showcase at the end of the month. So that's that's where a whole bunch of first party PlayStation games are shown, as well as a couple of third parties. So hopefully there'll be some good games being announced, or at least shown off, because there was another leak regarding something that's supposed to be shown off is Spider-Man 2, or Marvel's Spider-Man 2, that's supposed to have Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Venom in there. So that is, and it's supposed to be releasing in September, supposedly. So this will be a great moment for Insomniac to show the game off, because like with God of War, like, people say, oh man, like, is it really gonna be released this year, or like last year when it came out? And because like there was like no trailers for the game for like up to like a month or two before its release, and people were just like, worried, like, oh wait, where's the trailer? Are they not confident about the game coming out the way it is? But they were like, nope, we gotta just like keep your keep your pants on, because that's somehow it works. Just release trailers 2 months before release, and there you go. But like, even if it's 2 months before release, or even just 1 month, me personally, I think that that's still kind of bad. Just just like, that's it, because it's probably because like they think like, oh yeah, it'll definitely sell, it will most definitely sell. But just to make sure that even the people who aren't really like that into the games, that gives them like the casual audience like enough time to like to decide, will I get the game now, or maybe we'll pick it up later. That's my kind of thought, way of thinking. Hmm. So what else with PlayStation? Because Death Stranding 2, that's also, well, yeah, Death Stranding 2 is also PlayStation kind of thing. So we might see something there, but it's still very early. Or they can really do what with God of War to Ragnarok, Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the Kingdom has done. It just reuse the same world, but just add on top of it, because that's really what a lot of sequels we recently has been doing, just like it's the same world, but it's a little bit more. So like it's kind of like that, and I guess that that does save on development time and whatnot. So it, it is what it is. So it's like if it saves on time, resources, so that they can focus on new stuff. I mean, I guess it's all right, but kind of to me like it does feel like it's a little bit lazy that we're just seeing, hey, it's the same world, but just like, oh hey, there's new stuff over there and new stuff over there, but oh, I've already seen this and this. So unless you like haven't been like really actually playing the games, or like been playing the games back to back, then I guess that's something. So it's really up there. Trying to think, like something with Sucker Punch. I just hope Sucker Punch can bring back Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper really needs to come back. It's a game that people really want, but just like I don't really understand why like game companies, like at least the third party, or not third, like first party AAA, just like with like Microsoft and PlayStation, just like, yep, well we can be silly and fun again, just like yeah, we can bring back Conquer, we can bring back Banjo-Kazooie, uh Jack and Daxter, uh Sly Cooper, Spyro. Well, Spyro's not first party anymore, but it's still like everything it has to be this realistic high high uh high polygon realistic movie games, instead of like, hey, this is a fun game with just like some good gameplay, and it's something to turn your brains off for a little bit, not like have to like, oh, this realistic thing is so realistic and relates back to the real life thing, and should yeah, you should do the thing that in real life and whatnot. Just like, I want to play a game to avoid real life, escapism, all that stuff. I don't need to be reminded of, oh yeah, there's also happening in real life. That's just that's not what like that, like that's what people want to play. They want to escape real life, not to continue on in the video games. So like just bring those back. That'd be just really great. Bring back Sly Cooper. Infamous hasn't had a new game in, oh man, hasn't been 10 years since Second Son. Infamous Second Son release date. It's been 9 years. It's been 9 years since Second Son release, so just like, yeah, it'd be really great to have a new a new Infamous game, because that was like a year after the PS4 launch. So yeah, man, just see Sucker Punch's games. Just see what do they have, because like if they don't, like, it feels like they don't have like that many games, like game series under their belt. So like, I mean, I understand like, oh hey, yeah, hey, they can focus on just like not making many games, but have good quality games. But let me just see. Yes, like, yeah, they basically only have 3-4 series. Like the first games that they've done is Rocket, Robot on Reels, and then Sly Cooper, Infamous, and Ghost of Tsushima. Oh man, I do wish that like Infamous and Sly are just like games that people really love, and just like the series gets no love. I mean, from other developers, they get the love. I mean, like, heck, even like Insomniac is still doing Ratchet and Clank. Like, so I don't see why like studios like Sucker Punch and like And Naughty Dog's just like, no, we're done with that Coco Kitty stuff. Now we're in the more mature, mean spirited, uh, gritty, stuff. Like, you can do, you have your live action, or realistic games there, and also have, the fun, out of this world, cartoony, fun stuff as well. Like there's like you can't. Who says you can only have one or the other? You can do both, and like people can actually be happy that hey, the games that we actually want are I can play from the actual companies that made it. Like for example, like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, they are just games, they were originally made by Naughty Dog and Insomniac, respectively, but now under Activision, they're not really getting, as much games coming out, or they, as high quality as they should be, so just, it would be good to have, the, the good games come back, So, yeah, I do hope that, I forgot that Project Eve game, I don't want the reaction of it, let me just search that up, like Project Eve, I think, like something like that, oh, Stellar Blade, that's the new name, we're most likely gonna see that there, because that's it's a nice quality game, not gonna lie, it is very good. But I got this trailer like playing right now. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, like Shift Up is making or is a part of it, so that is. I can see like oh yeah, like shiny thick booty girl. But yeah, I do hope that the games can come back, so we can actually have happy games around, that's not have to be done just by indie devs or Nintendo. So yeah, oh man, I talked about that just a tad bit too long, but yeah. So that wasn't the main focus of this episode. I do want to talk about one other thing, and it's probably in the title of this episode. But yeah, I want to talk about this Persona 3 remake and what it really needs. Because besides the games on like 3DS, like Etrian Odyssey, Untold, I believe that's the title series. Atlus hasn't really done like a full-blown like remake of a game. Now, like there's like enhanced ports, or like just like slight remastering, like Catherine Full Body, Nocturne, that's the remaster, and then just trying to see what else on my yeah, not much on remakes, like full on like 3D remakes. So I made like a top 5 list in no particular order of like things that this Persona 3 remake really needs. So I do hope, and if you guys do have like your suggestions on like what this Persona 3 remake, if it is real, what it needs, what it could improve from the original, or like take from future games, leave in the comment section down below, because maybe Alex is watching this, maybe not, but hey, if they are reading this, hey, this is their chance to get some inspiration. All right, so the first thing I wrote down is they gotta really rework Tartarus. So Tartarus, if for those who've not played Persona 3, it is over. Tartarus is basically the main area of the game where you are where majority of the battles take place. It is over 250 floors of randomized floors that, and certain floors are, purposely set, but there are randomized floors and just there are shadows about. And I really kind of hope that Atlus can like try to rework like the layout or like the pacing of how you go through the floors, because just like if you just look at it, it's really much each block of the floors are essentially the same thing, just a reskin, really. Just like there's no variety of it, and it's all randomized, so like there's like no like you expect like like for uh for like a tower that's completely like randomized, like the floors would be like, oh okay, they've got like a little like raised area, you know like it's not like just a straight up floor, whatnot. It has to make it feel like you're in this like otherworldly place, because that's what it essentially is. Just but like every floor is it just feels the same. It feels monotonous just going through. I guess that's the kind of the feeling of like with the theme of it. But it's really boring just going through the floors. Just you can essentially just like make a straight line to the stairs to go to the next floor, and that's really it. Like there's like at least some kind of like every 3 floors is like at least some kind of like gimmick or something that makes like, okay, you can't straight line to the stairs. You gotta do something to you have to work for it to get to the next stairway. So I think like something like that'll like just make it like a bit more interesting going through the tower, because if you play like Mementos, it's like from Persona 5, that's essentially it, except from you're not going down, you're going upwards. So like just make it more interesting, just like so it's a little bit harder to get through it, but also a bit more interesting that it is not just it's just same floor, just reskin, And I do hope that you still keep that kind of like gothic theme going on. Yeah, just like more interesting, So next up, oh yeah, and if they do decide like it would also be kind of interesting with just like, oh yeah, just like the very rare floor, there's just like one, oh hey, we found a little skip X amount of floors, like no more than 5, like, because that'll be a bit too much if it goes like more than like 5 or something like that. So just like max 5 floors, or at least 3, minimum 3, max 5 floors. So that'll be more interesting, So next up, we got the social links. Now, social links in Persona 3, they can be they can be quite difficult. Now, this will be a bit spoiler of the Let's Play if you guys aren't watching it, but I was very close to maxing out the social links. I was very close to maxing out every social links, but I just couldn't get it because of one, there was no way of doing social links, with the students outside of the school days. So literally just like if you have a classmate, they're only available on the school days. You can't continue their social link outside of that. You can boost at least get more points, so like the next time you do their social link, they'll get to the next rank. But you can't you can't advance their social link outside of the school days. So with this remake, they need to have them be available on Sundays, whether they're a classmate or not. Have them be more available on Sundays, because that's literally the only day off of schools because it's Japan. Have them available on holidays. That is also another major thing, because there were multiple holidays that went by and we literally could not do anything. Literally, there's been like winter break, for example. No social links you couldn't do during winter breaks, New Year break, that kind of days. So just like, and I was so close. I was very close. I will tell you that I was 1 point away from maxing out a social link that could have gotten me 100% of social links in my Let's Play. And if there was more days available, it would have been possible. So just like, if they're able to do that, that'd be absolutely amazing. And also have them more available at night. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but having social links available at night would be absolutely amazing, because there's only 2 social links in Persona 3 that are available at night. And once you're done with that, you're free whenever. You can do whatever you want so you only need like 20 days to max out 20 nights to max out those 2 social links, and then you're done for the rest of the game, and you have nothing to do for the rest of the game besides go to Tartarus. And you don't even have to go to Tartarus for all those days. You can literally go through do a block for a night or an entire night, and then you're good to continue on getting the social links during that night. So having, being able to do more social links at night would be absolutely a godsend. Just to like, that'll be a great balance to having having, there's like at least minimum 10 social links available during the day and only 2 available at night. Like, what kind of balance is that? So just like, if they're able to at least make some of the daytime social links available at night, or available at both times, I mean, that'd be pretty good. Like having 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 the what's his name, Nozomi, available at night, because he's always at the mall. So him being there, after school and at night, that works out, But that's just a little something else, but we'll get into a little bit later. So next up, obviously this is a major thing, having the answer be part of the remake, and not like make it part of DLC. No, this has to be part of the first day 0 release. After you're done playing the main game, you can jump into the answer, or you can just jump from the answer right there immediately. But it needs to have basically the answers. That's what people really want. And I don't really care if they add the female protagonist, but it would be, not gonna lie, as someone as kind of more a guy who like really likes continuity and just and God, what's the name, but like continuity, just like with the past games and continuing on, just like I don't really care if like the female protagonist is or isn't added. Just like just want to make sure that it is just like it makes sense, basically, if it all makes sense. So like in making sure that that the answer also has the compendium, because that is something that, yeah, it is, a much shorter epilogue to the game, but it definitely needs that, compendium. At least, if you're playing the game after the main game, you get, the personas that you did use in that, or just, just still having the compendium when you're just going through it like brand new, so you can bring out personas that you've previously fused, so all that stuff. 'Cause I was surprised when I first played through the answer, just like, oh wow, there's no compendium in there. So just, yeah, that is really weird. So going on to number 4, this relates back to number 2, having more nighttime activities. So a major issue that 3 has is that there is nothing to do at night besides the 2 social links and charters. You can't do anything else. There's no jobs available at night, so you can't do that. Well, I think is thinking about like the cafe, but I think that's available during the afternoons. But yeah, there's nothing to do at night, and you can only, well, besides the mall, you can only do the mall, or you can go back to dorms. Literally the only 2 locations you can go to in Japan. So basically do what's what Persona 4 did, when that re-release with Golden, have basically everywhere else available, or at least the place that makes sense available, such as the shrine. Because that shrine, hey, if you can't go to the shrine during daytime, hey, make it available during night. That would be really good to help out boosting up the points for your social links. Because, oh man, the number of times where I've just like, oh man, if because I couldn't hang out with that person on this day, I couldn't get enough points to max them out, yada yada. So like having the shrine available would be amazing. It would help out a lot, and just anywhere else that would be just like available, because like the strip mall, that would be a place that would be open at night, because it's, I think so, because Hagakure would probably be open too. I doubt like the old couples like bookstore would be open, but still the restaurants there could still be open even at night. And this would probably be a good good chance to have those social links that were exclusive to Portable be part of during the nighttime. Because even so, like I think it was like I think there was like, besides having the guys available for the female route of a Portable, there were like a couple girls available that were like just like not in the base game at all. So that'd be pretty good to just like have them available during the nighttime versus like during the daytime. Just have like more activities to do at night. So I think that'd be very good to have for this remake, if it ever does come to light. Because, oh man, just like, if you guys watch Leslie, you guys seen how many days I just spent like, okay, nothing else to do, I'll just go to bed early, because that was just like very boring, just like nothing else to do. I maxed out all the nighttime. I don't need to go to charters. So I guess I'll just go to bed. I know there was that the arcade out boost, this Persona's stats, but just like, it's not really worth it. Not gonna lie. Just like, if you're actually desperate need into like having stats up, then I guess. But in the long run, not really. You don't need to do that. But like having the ability to just like able to get some extra points for our social link, that'd be really good. You know, like similar to with golden, where just like, oh hey, you'll find your friends, you know, walking around at night. That'd be, well, that'd be similar to like Koromar and stuff, but like just having be able to like, hey, we can, you know, do socialing at night. That'd be just good, you know. Especially like if there's like days where it's just like, oh, you're available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays during daytime. Then on, you know, just positive random day of days that they're available during the day at night, like Mondays. Got one social link that's only available at night. Well, one of the daytime available social links available at night. So, you know, something like that. That'd be, you know, just something really interesting to ramp up the social links and, you know, make it better to you know, have more stuff to do, you know. All right, so let me get just a real quick drink of water before we continue on, just because, you know, just man, an hour 10 talking, just like it'll parse you out. This portion of the podcast is sponsored by you, the patrons on patreon.com/cavepodcast. With as low as $3 a month, you can support me and the podcast with benefits such as exclusive posts, early access to the podcast, no in-video ads, your name scrolling in the video, and much more. So please consider supporting your boy over at patreon.com/cavepodcast. And now back to the show. Alright, back. And before we get into the next one, I do want to give a little bonus. Like, bonus is a strong word, but just hopefully this will get a little shout out. Hopefully, you know, if this remake is true, if it's, you know, to be shown, hopefully we can see, you know, within game a mention of Persona Q and Q2, you know, whenever it's, you know, popped up, because they say that it's canon. Like, whoever, like, that one, you know, Alice USA dev or like spokesperson said that, oh yep, Q is canon, and Q2 is supposed to be canon too. But if they are canon, please use this remake as, you know, like a stepping stone to like show that they're canon, please. Because it just sucks that it's just like, you know, it's not mentioned anywhere else, just like besides the cute games themselves. Just like, oh yes, you know, everyone loses their memories except for the Velvet Lieutenant, because they, you know, exist beyond, you know, time and space and yada yada. So just like, can they please, you know, just give at least, you know, just like, you know, Elizabeth saying, oh man, I do enjoy seeing my brother and sister and yada yada, you know, once again. And then just like, oh wait, you don't remember it. Never mind then. You know, at least, you know, that is something, you know. At least that's just like proves that, yep, it hasn't been for nothing. It's been brought up, and that's all I really need. That's all I just want. Just like a mention that it happened. And that's all I want. Can Alice, you know, please just do that, just a line. That's it. Or like, no, a line from Elizabeth and someone from, you know, the main group say like, man, like, do you guys remember having a dream of like meeting like this group of people and just like and like they had this bear there or something like that? You know, just a throwaway line. That would just be absolutely amazing. They could just do that. That's just been bothering me ever since like it was said, just like it's canon, but just like they forget it. That's just like my major pet peeve. And I keep saying, like, in any time that just like keeps mentioning, just like I bring up Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, because hey, protagonist and the main protagonist forgets their memories, but it's always being brought back by either the character that was involved in it, or just like other ways. But it's still canon because it's being mentioned. There. That's it. That's all I ask. Atlus, please. Sir, please. Sir, please do this for me. This one little thing from a little black guy from Florida, please. All right, so the last little topic for this Persona 3 remake, if it's real, is that they really have to like really modernize the battle system. Like Persona 3 Portable is very close, like just being like, yes, it's just almost there. It's just almost there, but it's just off. It's just off by a tad bit. So by modernizing, what do I mean by that? So first off, having the ability to switch characters out mid battle. Like with Persona 5, like, hey, tag them in, because obviously there was just like some characters that just like, well, there are some battles where just like, oh, we can't switch out characters because, oh man, well, couldn't, there's a boss fight or an enemy fight and I don't have the right party member because can't switch them out. So it would be a good a good idea to, like, if ever whenever Fuka comes in, that is, and I think that's still fairly it's still a little bit off, not gonna lie, but if it would start off like this, okay, Mitsu has the initial power of, you can switch out, a party member, but it's only, one character every, I don't want to say like every few turns, but like, you can only switch them out once per battle, you could say. So then, whenever Fuka comes around, now you're able to do it, whenever you want. So that is something, that'd be pretty good to have, because without that ability to, like, switch out party members, like, it is very, it very sucks whenever you're like in a very horrible predicament and you can't escape a battle, like with a mini boss, for example. So that is something that it should really be added. And also in general with Fuka, her abilities is not that good. Like, it is bare minimum, to say the least. Just like, oh hey, I can scan the enemies for you. Oh hey, I can scan a little bit more of the enemies for you. I can change the battle music for you, or I can heal a little bit of HP for you after the battle. Yeah, just like, it needs to be more, like, on Fuka's scale. Fuka, or not Fuka, Futaba, or P4G Golden Rize level of boosting. So just like, you know what I'm talking about, like, oh hey, randomly gets stat boost, randomly get concentrate or power charge, give boost to all out attacks, that sort of thing. So she can be a bit more useful in battle, and just like not just exclusively just, oh, scan this, all right, good, and have that ability just like, oh hey, instead of waiting like an entire round of for an analysis, it's literally just like, okay, scan, boom, there you go. Because that the wait is just absolutely horrible. And if you just looked at another enemy, like right before you or like you scan an enemy after you scan an unknown enemy, it she won't just scan it. She won't remember that you scan that unknown enemy. Just continue on. So that is something that's gonna have to be reworked. Fuka and like analysis in general has to have that rework. And speaking of reworking some abilities, we're gonna need to add back, well, add, damaging light and dark skills, because that is literally just what, like, Persona 3 only has like the Hamon and Mudo skills for light, and besides, the some certain skills exclusive, light, dark, in-skill attacks. Having, some more, options for light darkness attacks would be really good, because I just hate just like there's a chance of, insta kill. I would rather have, some damage be done at least, for light darkness attacks. So just like I'm not wasting a turn, doing it. Cause like, oh man, like it's like one reason like I just don't like, only one persona out of the 12 in my party like has like a light skill. So just like it would be much useful if, if there were more light dark skills that could just damage. So if they're able to incorporate that, like how they did with in Persona 5, hey, light darkness or bless and curse, has some damaging skills. That'd just be absolutely fantastic and varies up the the skills as well. And if they can include besides like nuclear or cyro skills, they don't have to include that, but like include more of the modern like attacking skills for like the other elements as well, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Because there's not like much of a variety of just Agi, Miragi, Agidine, Miragidine, and yada yada. So just like anything other, any new skills there, that'd be really good. And I think probably this is probably the last thing to add to this would probably having the stat change stacking, because it is just, man, just like it is horrible like in Portable and in 3 too. Just like basically in general, just like you can't stack your stat changes. Like once you put one stat on, you can't double it, or just like it is extended, like with Persona 4 Gold and onwards. Because that was an excellent addition that they did for that. Just like, oh yeah, even if you can't stack, it'll just be extended, by another 3 turns or so. So like that addition would absolutely be absolutely amazing, because there'll be times just like, oh man, like I have Matari Kaja on a Persona, and if I use that on everyone except that one person who still hasn't, and it does expire to next turn, yeah, just like it would have been better. Just like it would be great to just like, yep, everyone gets the skills, and the one that still has it has theirs extended, too. It's just like that'd be absolutely amazing, like that'd just be that. Oh, like that would be just a great addition. Just imagine like how like smoother like the battles would be. Just like it wouldn't be wasting another turn trying to reset all the skills again. That'd be just fantastic, But I'm just seeing what else on my list could be just reworked, or anything else, or just think about what else this remake could need. Oh, one thing that just came to mind, make Koromaru an actual character. It just has like a caller that'll just translate what he's saying. I think that'd be that'd be pretty good. That'll make him an actually interesting character. It's not just, a mascot that people say, oh yes, he's a good character because he's cute. Make him an actual character. That was my main issue with Koromaru. Just like, he's no character. He's just there. So if you could do that, that'd be pretty good. And oh yeah, having voice dialogue in social links, that'd be pretty good. And make sure that all the characters there have social links besides the party members, because obviously they're gonna have some dialogue. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this little list. There's something I did want to talk about for the longest, but wasn't sure when to do this, so I'm just like, now would be the best time to do this. Now would be the best time to talk about this, this remake, what Persona 3 remake needs, possibility, because if it's happening soon, I just want to get that out there. Just fingers crossed. I want this to be real, and I do want to see this all the improvements you can get. Just oh man, just think about it. Just because Persona 3, it's one of my favorite games, or probably one of my favorite games out of the Persona series. Depending on tell me story, characters, into those little topics, that's different thing. But I think I can't say that Persona 3 is my favorite game out of all of them. But just it's just wild. The possibility that we could be playing this within the year, a year or two, possibly. And heck, we don't even we don't even know what system it could possibly be on. That's also another thing too. So just, will I need to get a PS5? Can I still play on my PS4? Who knows? But it could be one of those two things. But what do you guys think about my little list here? So just do a recap if you might not have been paying attention. So first, rework Tartar's pacing and layout. 2, change up the social link availabilities. 3, make sure the answer is implemented into the game. 4, more nighttime activities. 5, modernize the battle system. And I'm just thinking something with the answer. I don't know. Nothing came out. Something with metas, something like that. But I don't know. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. What Persona 3 remake needs. So it can be the absolute best it could be. What things what should improve on. All that stuff. So please, let us know in the comment section down below. And yeah. I know this is a kind of a shorter episode of the podcast, but hey, it's my podcast. I can do whatever I want, make it as long as as short as I want. Yeah. So I think this is the 4th episode. I think. Let me just make sure. Just could be the 3rd, could be the 4th. Well, let me just see this. Just videos. Yeah, this is the 4th podcast. This is the 4th episode. We had that 1.5 episode, but yeah, this is the 4th episode. So nice. We're slowly getting up to episode 5. So so again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys do want to just listen to this on the road or whatnot, it is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. So if you guys want to but listen on there, it's available there for you guys to watch. So yeah, But if you guys do want to, stick around and watch the video, why not? Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Cave or at Cave Podcast. It's also on the video if you guys are watching it as well. And, follow the Twitter. And also, shout out to the Patreons, which should be scrolling on screen right about now. If you guys want to be part of the, be one of the names scrolling on screen, please check out the Patreon. Links in the description below. You can get this episode ad free as well. So there's that. So a whole bunch of exclusive perks you get from there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really hope you enjoy, this episode. And I will see you guys next time. See ya.